Hello everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. My name is Alex. I'm standing outside the Etihad Stadium. I got Kev on my right. I got Carlton on my left. Guys, you travelled. I think you travelled from Birmingham. You travelled from Stoke.
Yeah, correct. Correct.
Not as long as some fans, but you still got to make the trip. And the commitment's there to follow your team. I'm going to ask you, Carlton. What did you expect out of this game, and what did you think from what you saw?
Well, my expectations were negative, I must admit. I wasn't expecting a lot, but this was a pretty good performance. Much more like it from start to finish. Yes, a lot of people will be disappointed that it ended up being 1-1, but you got to put your chances away. And if Draco, for example, had put that goal away, chance away in the first half, who knows? We might have held on to a 2-1, who knows? But that's it. That doesn't matter now. What is important is the performance, and I'm really pleased generally how the fellas took on the game. They weren't as hesitant as they used to be, or usually they just decided to go for it. So, without doubt, I'm very pleased.
Yeah, and the one criticism that fans always give when we do end up winning games is, oh, you didn't do it against a big team. You didn't perform against a big team. Now, we know we didn't get 3 points, but we are playing against arguably the greatest team in the world right now. It's not a bad point to take.
Far from it. Absolutely brilliant. Yes, a win would have been even better. Of course, bring us further up the table because we need to go further up. But at the end of the day, it's building blocks. It's building blocks. And if the performances can be like this, and bearing in mind, when we've had these games over the last couple of months, it's always been about negative things, then I can't say anything that's negative. Today, it's well done, lads. Keep this going. We've got an important cup to go for next week. Don't mess about. Just go out there and do exactly what you did today and go for it.
100%. I mean, Kev, I was sat next to you during this match. Yeah. It was a roller coaster of emotions.
Oh yeah, well, the first half they really turned up, and we had a game plan, and obviously it succeeded. You know, we sat deep and we sat in our low blocks and we counter pressed them. And obviously we got the balls into difficult areas for them, and we got a goal from it. And he would have thought Sterling would have got the goal. I didn't think he'd even start. Yeah. But fair play to him, he got a goal, and you can see the confidence easing for the team. Yeah. Second half, we all knew that Man City would come back into the game, and they did. But we sat back and we rided the storm, and we got a point, which is a good point. I never thought that we'd come here with a point today, but you know, it's a point. It's a point gained.
Absolutely. And just going back on Sterling, I mean, so much criticism. I've said outright, I don't like him. I despise him. You know, the way he's played for Chelsea, I think it's a disgrace. Yeah. But he oozed class every single minute he was on that pitch, and that's what you want to see from your arguably your best player on paper.
Of course, yeah. There's a lot of pressure on him in there from having big wages and being just a senior pro in the team. But today he turned up, and to be fair, it's a smart decision by Pochettino to start him against his former team, because we know he'd turn up, and that's exactly what he done. He got the goal, he had a couple of chances, but we can't keep seeing the negatives. We keep leaving these games in negatives. He scored a goal to get us a point against City, and he'd think we'd get that point.
Absolutely. Just last question for both of you. Where do you see things going against Liverpool, and has your perspective changed after watching the past few games?
Well, bearing in mind this is not going to be a Premiership game, so that's a good thing. Anything can happen, as you know. Yeah. So that sort of takes the pressure off the lads, because they know what they can do now is to prepare for that cup final next week. Let's prepare mentally, physically, emotionally, whatever. Yeah. And just basically give it the best shot you can give it. Because at the end of the day, there's the same old sayings, you've got nothing to lose if you're going out there to try. Absolutely. Have you? No. If you're not trying, then you know you're on the loser. But if you go out there and you just show what they showed today, then they've got every chance to raise that trophy next week. It won't be a full-gone conclusion that Liverpool are just going to go out there and batter us like they did at Anfield in the Premiership game. No illusions, mark my words.
And obviously Liverpool have got a lot of key men out. The Diogo Jota went off today, first half. I think
Nunes went off as well.
Nunes, so obviously they've got a couple of key men out. We don't know if they're going to be out for the final, but if they are, it's more for us. But we've got to go out there and just play our football, because we're capable of getting the balls, getting the goals. And the last 3 games, it's proven to me that we've turned things around. So hopefully we can continue it in the final. I think we're better suited to fight to cup games, because there's nothing to lose. Just go out there and play football, go out there and get the goals and go and win, because the confidence has clearly come back into the team now.
Brilliant, guys. I just want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors for this video, Match Bingo. Guys, if you haven't already, click the link in the description. Please do. It helps the channel. It shows that we're helping them. And also, you are going to have a little bit of fun. One thing I will say, you've got to be over the age of 18. Otherwise, unfortunately, you can't play. But check it out, guys. Let me know how you do.